Morning and welcome to Front Page Review on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Today is Tuesday, 26th day in the month of September 2023. The month is gradually winding down, and I'm glad to be here with you once again to bring you news making round on Nigeria dailies. We will first of all look at some headlines before we select some topics, some stories that we will look in details. And don't forget that I don't do this alone. I get to be joined by my guest analyst at 7:30, Mr. El-Rufai, Oseni, who together will look at more stories, in-depth analysis, thought-provoking perspective, and we also open the phone lines for you, our listener, to contribute your own quota. Let's hear your voice on the program this morning. That is why we are Voice of the People. Now you have the voice. We give you the power to be heard. We give you the opportunity to use our microphone, our platform, to be heard and contribute your own quota to nation building. Today is no different. We will begin with these stories that are making round along different papers. Let's begin with Punch newspaper. By the way, my name is Ali Udoma and you're welcome. Federal government to harmonize citizens' data ends multiple ID registration. Long awaiting, long overdue. Election petition overwhelming, hurting economy, says appeal court. Election petitions overwhelming, hurting economy, says appeal court. Mayhem in Shagamu, bloodthirsty cultists engage in deadly clashes. Residents live in fear. This issue of cultism, we have to take decisive action. But we will take a look at this story in details later on the show. Fire guts 3 offices in Supreme Court. PDP demand probe. Oh my goodness. Supreme Court, let's hopefully not much document got burnt in that, and not too sensitive document got burnt in that fire outbreak. But we will continue to monitor development as it unfolds. We bring it to you. Jandor kicks as tribunal dismisses PDP Labour Party petitions against Sanwo-Olu. That is talking about Lagos State Governorship Tribunal, and we will be looking at it as well. UK cost of living crisis may increase early death, according to reports. So the cost of living crisis is not only peculiar to Nigeria. UK are also passing through their own. Tinubu reviews document as CBN investigator submit interim reports. Let's get to hear what is happening there as soon as we have the information. Let the can should be open. Let's spill the oil and let's see what is in there. Vandals destroy 108 transmission towers. Federal government alleges sabotage. Who is sabotaging the federal government when it comes to issue of electricity transmission? Because this headline is saying about 108 transmission towers destroyed. Diphtheria taking its toll nationwide. This issue of diphtheria, I think we need to really sensitize Nigerians a lot more on the disease, because it is taking a center stage in so many states in Nigeria, taking a lot of lives. In Kano, Jigawa recently recorded a lot of cases as well. But we will look at it, and hopefully in one of our programs we'll get an expert who will add to the topic. Inflation is deepening mass poverty. Inflation is deepening mass poverty. These stories are contained on the Punch newspaper. Articles aid traumatized by serial election defeats, according to APC. This is a huge blow. Let's see if they will respond to this particular blow. NNPCL, NCDMB, IOCs to reduce oil production costs. Let's see if they will be able to do that. Hopefully it's gonna reduce the cost on NNPC, and it will have a direct impact on the income or revenue generation of the federal government. NYG athletes lament poor conditions and maltreatment. Talking about National Youth Games currently ongoing in Delta State. Athletes lament poor conditions and maltreatment. Senate screens CBN Governor Cardozo deputies today. Yes, the Senate will reconvene today after their recess. And let's see how it unfolds there in the National Assembly. Only 7% Nigerian youths have ICT skills, says UNICEF. This is quite low, and we hope that it gets to increase. in the coming future, especially now that we have someone as the Minister of Digital Economy, Tijani Bosun, who knows that terrain very well. Hopefully, he will contribute his own quota to see how we can get an improvement in what we already have. 7% is too low, and we need to really work to increase our figures in that particular sector. Nigeria's digital infrastructure deficit will limit economic growth. Who is saying this? It is coming from the United States of America, but we will get to look at details of that. Free internet crucial to minimize digital divide, says Tijani. All right, the man is also on the news himself. He's saying free internet crucial to minimize digital divide, says Tijani. I can't wait to take a look at this story, because the cost of internet these days is something else. I don't know if I'm the only one that if you subscribe probably a lot of 10 gig, before you know it doesn't get you to a week, and it's not a month rather, and it's not as if you download movies. You just look at some of the major news making round, and you just do one or two things, you discover that your data is empty. Customs sees 1.6 billion naira explosive materials, hard drugs, arrests 9. Kudos to the Nigerian Customs Service for this. And let's move to the Guardian. We have this: federal government to reform women ministry introduce SGBV mobile courts. Deputy governors endangered species is also on the Guardian newspaper. It's a column there on the Guardian newspaper written by a columnist. And let's see more headlines before we select some details. Government has no confidence in research institutes, our best brains. Who is saying this, and why is he saying this? We will take a look at this. The General Secretary of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and Associated Institutions, NASU, Peter Adeyemi, is the one saying this. Kogi, Bayelsa, Imo polls, INEC to hold mock accreditation October 14. Why Nigerians should be patient with Tinubu, trust APC. Salis urges president to reflect national unity in governance. Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Duro Meseko, has appealed to Nigerians to be patient and trust the ruling party and President Bola Tinubu to turn around the social and economic fortunes of the country despite the failure of the past administration. This is contained on the Guardian. You may want to take a look at that, but I think we should look at it. Court dismisses PDP Labour petitions against Sanwo-Olu and Hamzat. This is in Lagos. Let's move to Vanguard and see what we have here. Insecurity. Zamfara governor alleges federal government in secret talks with bandits. You don't mean it. Are you serious? No, you're kidding me. All right, we will take a look at this. Stay with us and we will really look at this, and hopefully El-Rufai will also talk about this headline. Lagos Tribunal victory for all, says Sanwo-Olu. Nigeria's oil output lags behind 2023 budget target by 15%. This is problem looming. Yes, it is problem looming for Nigeria. 15% behind target, then there is really a big problem there. Governor Yusuf submits over 58 billion naira supplementary budget to Kano Assembly. Tribunal have said you did not win election, and now you're submitting a supplementary budget of 58 billion naira to the House of Assembly, and it should be considered for approval. No be me talk. Let's wait and see what will happen there, but we will take a look at the details of that particular story. And the last but not the least, no, this is not the last. Ekiti local government poll: I won't impose any candidate, says Oyebanji. Ekiti are on the news again today. Yesterday they were on the news talking about how their athletes over the weekend, the athletes at the National Youth Games appeared with slippers and Crocs and what have you. They were poorly dressed, let me just put it that way. And a lot of people have been bashing on the Ekiti state government, considering the fact that monies should have been made available for their athletes to appear at least in a sporty way. And let's look at the final headline today before we go into details. Appeal Court has 39,526 pending cases, according to the president of the Court of Appeal. This is one of the stories that we are bringing to you this morning. Let's quickly take a look at some of the stories that we have brought to you. Let's start with this one. Insecurity. Zamfara governor alleges FG in secret talks with bandits. I'm just curious to see the details of this story. The war against insecurity in the country took a dramatic turn yesterday, with Governor Lawal of Zamfara State accused some agencies of the federal government of engaging in secret talks with bandits. Tasking the federal government on clarification of the issue, Lawal said reports indicated that a delegation allegedly sent by some agencies of the federal government had been holding talks with bandit groups in Zamfara without his knowledge. Efforts to get the federal government to speak on the matter yesterday did not yield dividends, as a presidency source said the Minister of Information, Muhammad Idris, was in a better position to speak on the issue. The minister was yet to respond as of the time of filing this report. And now, urgent investigation. But Governor Lawal called for an urgent and comprehensive investigation by the federal government into the ongoing secret negotiations with bandits in Zamfara State. In a statement, the governor's spokesperson, Suleiman Bala Idris, Governor Lawal lamented the action of some federal government agencies engaged in negotiations with bandits without recourse to the state government and other security agencies. The statement added that Governor Lawal also called on the federal government to clarify the action of these federal agencies, which is clearly at variance with the state government's adoption of a kinetic strategy in the fight against banditry. The statement reads, and I quote, Governor Lawal wishes to call on the federal government to clarify and investigate the actions of some unscrupulous elements sabotaging the ongoing fight against banditry in Zamfara. And we also have this kind of rider on the story: past dialogue with bandit failed. The Zamfara state government has received reports of how some federal government delegation met with different bandit groups in Burning Magaji, Maradung, Munghai, Aja, Bawo, and Bagega. Previous administration in the state failed to achieve positive outcomes in their attempt to engage in dialogue with bandit. We must learn from these past mistakes and adopt a new approach to restore peace in Zamfara. And he went further to say no negotiation with bandits. The Zamfara state government has taken a firm stance from the beginning. We will not negotiate with these criminals. Ensuring the fight against banditry is a top priority of Zamfara state government, and we cannot afford to make any compromises in our efforts. We urge the federal government to take swift action by terminating the ongoing negotiations with the bandits in Zamfara, as it undermines progress so far. And come to think of it, we know during the era of Governor Bello Matawalle, a lot of times the government had a negotiation with the bandits saying that they have surrendered, they have dropped their weapons, they are not going to maim, they are not going to kidnap, they're not going to kill, they're not going to destroy lives and property. But unfortunately, we saw them time and time again reneging on their words, going back to pick arms and maim innocent citizens. So I don't think this is a way forward for us to really try to follow that path and say there is going to be negotiation. If at all the federal government is engaged in any negotiation with the bandits, then I think it is a no-go. It is a no-no situation. It is not going to yield any positive result. Personally, I'm not a fan of negotiating with terrorists because they are not to be trusted. If at all, from the initial stage, they will be able to take arms and bear arms and kill innocent citizens, destroy property, I don't think these people can be trusted. But although in Nigeria there's something that we are used to, we are so much in love with second chance. We are so much in love with second chance. I don't know whether because we love fairy tale stories, that is why we tend to wait and hear what these people will say. Okay, I have this, I engage on this, I engage on that, but now I've surrendered. No, we should make use of the first opportunity we got. Don't wait for a second opportunity. If these people are saying they will not allow the country to be in peace, then the government should take a decisive action. It is a kinetic action, not non-kinetic, because the non-kinetic is not yielding us any result. If you recall that a lot of times we talk about using non-kinetic approach to, that is, to negotiate with them or to follow some other means other than kinetic measures, other than using force, other than using firepower against them. But how far have we gone? How have we fared in the past? In different states in this country, we have reoccurrence of banditry activities, kidnapping, and killings, and what have you, as a result of saying, no, let's give them another opportunity. They don't seem to take the opportunity given to them. They don't seem to value the second chance given to them. So I think if they've missed the first opportunity or the first chance, then they should not be given another. That is what I believe, because it is becoming something like a habit to them. They will say we've repented, and over time the government will spend a lot of money, monies that are supposed to be used into other productive ventures will be channeled towards that. After some time, they will now go back to their old ways. What is the essence of that? Those monies that have been put in that particular venture? Waste of money, waste of time, waste of resources. So I believe, let's just use, if you stand up against the state, let the state bring you down. That is the way forward, I believe, for our country, Nigeria, because the issue of cultism is also raising its ugly head. Issue of unknown gunmen raising its ugly head. Issue of kidnapping, banditry everywhere. Nigeria is not secured. We are having too many cases of security breach in this country that need urgent attention and need kinetic attention. Firepower is what we should be using. Let's go on a quick commercial. When we come back, we will be linking up with our guest analyst, Mr. El-Rufai Oseni, who will also be lending his own voice on the conversation. You can as well lend your voice on the conversation by calling us through our studio line 0700 010 961 961. I'm going to call the number again, 0700 010 961 961. That is the number you can call and be part of the conversation this morning on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. Now you have a voice. My name is Ali Udoma. Stay with me and please don't change your dial. Let me go pay some bills. We'll be back.
Yeah, VOBT day. VOBT day. Yeah, VOBT day. VOBT day.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOPTV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOPTV, show up, speak up.
Have you heard about the Global Win? With the Global Win, you can play the national study game and win up to 5 million naira worth of scholarships, covering your tuition fee to study in the finest private universities in Nigeria, and $30,000 worth of scholarships covering your tuition fee, visa, flight, and accommodation in US, UK, and Canada. You can also play and win the vacation of your dreams. Win up to $5,000 for a trip to Maldives, Barbados, and Qatar. To be part of this, log on to www.theglobalwin.com/register. You can call us on 0907 000 0222. Register and grab your tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream.
Delight in every school.
Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream.
At number 4, Obomosho Street,
Area 8, Geriki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwarinpa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng.
website
www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Are you traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me, believe me, believe me.
Welcome back. Going back to the headlines that we have for today, it is time for us to link up with our guest analyst, Mr. Rufai Oseni, who has already joined us. Good morning, Mr. Rufai, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for you, bless Abuja. Thanks to all of our listeners and everybody that travels around the world. Thanks to everybody that believes in our vision and our dream here. Bless you. Go ahead, my brother. Let's talk.
All right, we have this quite rightly. Insecurity. Zamfara governor alleges federal government in secret talks with bandits.
He who alleges must prove. So the government, the Zamfara must be able to tell us this secret going on. And if it's true, I want to hear the very, very sad, because we have known 2 times that this secret talk will not yield anything. It only yields more pain. You remember the former state governor of Katsina State took pictures of bandits thinking to solve. Did he solve the problem?
Masari.
No.
Even in Zamfara, the same Zamfara, Matawale had negotiations with the bandits and it didn't yield positive result.
What did you say?
I said even in Zamfara State, former governor Matawale also had a negotiation with the bandits and they promised to drop their arms, but unfortunately they went back. It's not yielding any positive result.
So those are the facts for you. So if government is doing that, we should stop. And we should stop everything around trying as much as going to appeal. We should be able to restore peace and all that. Like I keep saying, nobody must have the monopoly of that more than the states. Not that we give our sovereignty to the state. If the government that it's it's a very dark one. It's a very bad one for Nigeria. Let us, because we are voting a lot of money to fighting this insurgency and banditry and all these unscrupulous activities across the country. So if we are voting a lot of money, let the money share simple.
Of course. All right, we also have this headline that is on the Punch newspaper that says vandals destroy 108 transmission towers. Federal government alleges sabotage. A total of 108 power transmission towers were destroyed by vandals in various parts of the country between January 2022 and September this year. Data obtained from the Transmission Company of Nigeria on Monday revealed, and it was gathered that the vandals destroyed 132 kV double circuit power transmission lines, 330 kV double circuit lines, and carried out soil excavation that threatened transmission towers, as the federal government described the development as sabotage. Now, Mr. Rufai, if we are to look at this issue now, we talk about insecurity. It's not all about insecurity, about human. Also, properties are involved. Now, how can we secure our transmission line? How can we secure our infrastructure in Nigeria when we are trying? We are unable to secure lives of human beings.
So what we should do is what I call the community involvement model.
Okay.
Have a sense in every community you are. Let the community set up things to that end. And also, money and things like that should be used for impact projects in community. If the community sees that there is a great level of impact in their community, they will be forced to grab it. So also use it as a way to be able to boost communities. Just like I say, as with every line, is an activity going on in the community. Let it be economically viable. Don't just give the money to a group of chiefs or wherever. Just also have something like a community system to be able to guard them. I think they do.
All right, fire got 3 offices in Supreme Court. PDP demands probe. A section of the Supreme Court comprising about 3 offices was gutted by fire yesterday, and PDP announcing that the fire incident should be probed.
Yes, we saw fire in the Supreme Court yesterday. We covered that extensively, and I got a chance to speak to the spokesperson of the court, Dr. Konde, and he mentioned the fact that the part was damaged. He said mostly things were damaged. He said no sensitive documents that's going to affect any case going on in the Supreme Court was damaged. They also talked about the fact that the fire extinguisher. But what I discovered was that he said, oh, the building was an old building, there were no fire sprinklers. I don't think that's true. A fire sprinkler was invented over 100 years ago. Alright? Yeah. So I think that argument holds water. I also asked about fire blankets. He said, no, it was just fire extinguishers they had. I think one recommendation, they should put appropriate fire fittings in all the buildings, because we don't talk about safety. I didn't get the chance to ask about insurance. I should suspect that the building has insurance, and insurance should be able to take up repairs and things like that. So we should be able to make claims, but also proper fire fitting will be done. I also asked that there's CCTV camera working. He said there was a CCTV camera, but that also remains, so that they're going to use that for investigation. But you just before the conversation about fire, appliances and things like that, check all appliances, ensure you use certified electricians for the connections and things like that, for the wirings in your home. That keep a fire extinguisher, and learn how to use a fire extinguisher. I had to put out something on my social media yesterday, and I asked a question because most people know how to use a fire extinguisher. There's something called the pass method. You know what the pass method is? When you get the fire extinguisher, after you unlock the
pin
code,
hello,
the chemical and can you hear me?
No, there was an interference. The network wasn't okay. Can you please take that again?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you take that again?
Can you hear me? So there's something called the pass method.
Still not getting Mr. Rufai. Can you hear me?
I can. Yes, I can hear you.
We cannot hear you over here. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, loud and clear.
So I say every home needs a fire extinguisher. So I said, how do you use fire extinguisher? There's something called pull the pin. It's called the pass. You pull the pin, you aim the nozzle, you squeeze the trigger, but you squeeze at the base of the fire. All right, you squeeze at the base of the fire. Then you sweep from side to side. All right.
Yeah.
So, and you also do you have your back turned to the exit if you're using the fire extinguisher aimed, and also ensure that the face of the direction of the wind when you're using the fire extinguisher, because what the fire extinguisher does is, you know, for fire to burn, it needs oxygen.
Oxygen, of course.
Which it does, it just cuts oxygen supply to the fire. That's what it does. So all this fire training and certification should be done from time to time. I don't know if the fire bureau in Abuja can partner with us. You know, we can sell our airtime to them to come and give explanation and public awareness. These are the things government ought to be doing and National Education Agency ought to be doing. But we keep finding them wanting their duties.
Yeah, we'll try to see how we can get to them. In fact, the spokesperson of the Federal Fire Service is a friend, Mr. Abraham Paul. He's a good friend.
So get to him and tell him that they should come and, sponsor programs that will also be leading to publicity of the activities and the likes. It's pure and simple.
We'll do that. All right. Let's take a look at this one, talking about our economy. Trouble looming, although we've been in trouble in this country for a very long time. Nigeria's oil output lags behind 2023 budget targets by 15%.
Yeah, that's the sad reality, because you see, a lot of oil theft is still going on, and we are still deceiving ourselves. We don't know who is doing the oil theft, we can't catch them, and a lot of under-investment is going on. People are not thrilled to invest. In fact, the major investors are pulling off and selling their shares. Equinox, Norwegian oil firm that invested heavily in what's it called? This oil farm. When I say farm, doing well also, because there's a slang in oil sector.
Yes.
If you want to get oil, you farm the well. So there's this oil farm, as it were, that is one of the biggest. It's that well too. There's also Mrs. Alaki, their own interest is. It's called Agbame. Agbame at its height used 250,000 BPD per day. In fact, Agbame is about 7% of Nigeria's total output. But guess what? Equinox is divesting out of Agbame already. They are selling their stake to a certain company called Chapel. You get?
Yeah.
So they are divesting oil companies, and the company like Equinox going out. Look at the investment taken out. So anyway, the argument would be that new oil companies are coming in of local extraction and all of that. But when you look at it clearly, it just shows the underinvestment over the years and all the other sundry problems we have. So we need to fix our economy one way or the other and get things working for ourselves.
All right, let's move to this one. It's on the Vanguard that says Governor Yusuf submits over 58 billion naira supplementary budget to Kano Assembly. And let's not forget, Governor Yusuf is just a couple of days ago, the tribunal in Kano ruled against him that he should said INEC should retrieve his certificate of return and be given to APC candidate Ibrahim Gawuna, although he said he will appeal that judgment. But let's go into details of this one. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State has submitted a supplementary budget of over 58 billion naira to the State House of Assembly for consideration and approval. The Speaker, Right Honorable Jibril Ismail Falguri, who read the proposed supplementary budget transmitted to the House, said it became necessary in view of the need to sharpen the focus of the budget to deliver on its objectives by accelerating the execution of priority projects in the state. Mr. Rufai, you get that?
Yes, I got that. I mean, we have to submit. Government still has to continue until we go to the Supreme Court, and they have said they're going to appeal. So because you have a case with the National Protection Tribunal ruling that way, doesn't mean that they're going to appeal. We've had cases being upturned also after the ruling by the tribunal. So let's see how that pans out. But submitting budget, most importantly, its effect and how this is going to affect the lot of the people of Kano, and how this is going to elevate their prospects. I think that's one of the key issues here. So how we do that conversation and how we wiggle our way out of that narrative quickly is a conversation to be able to have.
All right, let's go to the Guardian, and we're now moving straight to Lagos. Court dismisses PDP Labour's petition against Sanwo-Olu and Hamzat.
Yes, the court this non-judge, I think it ended around 7, 8 o'clock yesterday. At first, most of the pleas pleaded from the candidates in Labour was struck out the one on the grounds of education and the YFA, and also as regards the Labour Party, that it was not used. So the PDP candidate was having, 2 major pleas that the Labour Party candidate was still a member of the party that went for the election, so it wasn't due to run. Was also the fact that Governor Sanwo-Olu has some challenges with his YFA. Certificate and all of that. So those were the feelings of their dogs. But also the feelings of the Labour Party was struck out too. So clearing the way for Governor, like it's a process still ongoing. We can have a lot of illegal roundings going on up to appeal forward and up to the Supreme Court. I'm trying to get a hold of their door myself.
Hello, Mr. Rufai, sorry, we can barely hear you. We can hear you, but not that clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's better.
So I've been trying to get a hold of Jandor myself, to speak to him after the release. So if I speak to him, then I'll be able to know what the course of action will be. But let's see how it pans out.
All right. Since we are here now talking about election, let's to this one that says Kogi Bayelsa Imo polls INEC to hold mock accreditation October 14. As the governorship election in Bayelsa Imo Kogi build November 11 approached, the Independent National Electoral Commission has said it will on October 14 conduct mock accreditation in the state using the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS.
Yeah, I mean, it will conduct mock accreditation. Let's see how that pans out. And I just hope INEC will settle out all the problems and most importantly, go back to the you see, we're not even talking about that. I think what we should do is go back to the National Assembly and possible to go out all those and communities, because that those guidelines to laws, so that we don't any case of maybe like a because INEC has really lost its credibility in the eyes of a lot of Nigerians, and trust me, a big factor. So let's see all of this pans out.
And talking about losing its credibility on the eyes of Nigerians, do you feel that Nigerians, especially talking about these 3 states, Imo, Bayelsa and Kogi, do you think the electorate will come out to participate in this mock accreditation, considering the mood of the nation, especially regarding INEC, when ordinarily they know this is not the real deal, it's just mock accreditation? Do you think the citizens will really come out to participate?
I think yes, we will have problems, and challenges constantly called out by INEC, but it doesn't make us stop believing in our own business and trying as much as possible to keep things the way they are. So I think what we must do is to be able to try and also call them to question and demand a level of accountability, but also still participate in the process, because if we don't participate in the process, that's now worse off.
All right, thank you for that wonderful thought. Let's look at this one on the Guardian as well. Government has no confidence in research institutes, our best brains. The General Secretary of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, Peter Adeyemi, in his interview with Collins Olayinka, explained why the federal government is to blame for the inability of research institutions to deliver on their mandate. Research institutions are supposed to be solution centers where innovative equipment and improved seedlings of cash crops are discovered, but they have failed in this regard. That's the question that he was asked. But my question now is not in regard to seedlings alone. Generally in Nigeria, we are supposed to have our research institutions as a means of finding solutions to our problems. But what happened? What is the extent at which we can rely or we can boast and say we have standard research institutions in Nigeria?
You see, what happened to Nigeria was a cultural mentality damage. It wasn't always the case that government never been a best institution. Government pumped a lot of money into research institutions like UCH in Ibadan, that at the point was the fifth best hospital in the Commonwealth. I mean, the fifth best hospital in the Commonwealth. So, for over years, because of corruption and nepotism, lack of funding, then lack of funding also translates into sort of like a lack of belief in that institution. And that's why you see we have the challenges we have today, and we are stuck where we are. So how can we change all of this? We need to go back, we need to fund, we need to try as much as possible not to allow politics to divide us. Because actually is not only and we do for an activity which is wrong, which is an anathema to our progress and development. So it's time for us to look at all of our research institutes, look at all of our core research institutes, look at
Hello?
This will churn out a lot of stuff. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hello?
So as the funding stops, everything stops. So we should go back to those things.
All right, I want us to look at this briefly before we let you go, because it concerns youth in this country, and it is a report by UNICEF. It says only 7% Nigerian youth have ICT skills. That is according to UNICEF.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me, Mr. Rufai?
So as I said, as the 4 minutes stopped, everything stopped. So we should go back to those things that made us stick before now.
All right, let's quickly look at this one that says, it's on the Punch. Only 7% Nigerian youths have ICT skills, says UNICEF. United Nations Children Fund has revealed that only 7% of Nigerian youths have the information communication technology skills needed for working and living in a digital economy. What can we do to improve on that, considering the fact that we have Tijani Bosun as the Minister of Digital Economy?
We need to train. And that's why I've been trained. Let me tell you what I did recently. I gave, in partnership with Mobitech and a couple of other companies, we jointly gave Nigeria over 5,000 Nigerian youth digital skills.
Whoa,
we had an onboarding event last week.
Quite commendable.
Yeah, and we advertised it, and we gave them the skills for entrepreneurship. You know, you'll be surprised that the reason why most graduates can't get a job is that they can't use things as simple as Excel.
True.
They can't use things as simple as Google Doc.
Very well.
So we give them those training and those skills, and that's what I've been doing constantly. You know, as regards helping a lot of people, and I'm doing more of that because you see, there's a digital skills gap, and the problem is that it's not that there are no opportunities, it's that there are no skills. That's why you see people are getting people from other parts of the world to be able to come and do this work because most Nigerians don't have the skill. I mean, take an average Nigerian graduate. Apart from what he studied in school with a very moribund curriculum, I should say, because when you look at it, the curriculum very old.
Yeah, very, very.
What of today? Nothing. What are they fit for purpose? The training fit for purpose for today? No. All of the challenges on ground we must constantly fix, and that's why I've been doing this in my own frame as a person, partner in institutions. I was also part of the team that came to Abuja and Aso Rock there, and I think President Buhari was still there, partner with Microsoft, partner with Google, you know, to be able to, and what's it called then, skills to post 500,000 people nationwide. That was when Google was trying to train then, you know, and we deployed and we launched that project in the State House in Abuja, and that was the time in Aso Rock. So those are the things, but increasingly we need to do more because the skills are not there. And young people need to be told and they were told constantly. And you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. And that's why they're not getting what is fit for purpose and what is fit for them in their life. You'll be amazed. We can do so much for them.
Certainly.
Yeah.
All right, finally, before I let you go, Mr. Rufai, let's look at this. Federal government to harmonize citizens' data and multiple ID registration. This is reflected or echoed by the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, who said that the federal government will invest in the harmonization of the country's data through the National Identity Management Commission, noting that multiple ID registrations will soon be over in the country. How feasible is this?
I've always constantly advocated for that. I'm happy. In fact, if you remember, maybe I've not talked about it since we started VOP in Abuja.
We talked about it. We talked about it, really.
And did I mention something called the ADA system in India for you?
Yeah.
Where all your data touch points are encoded in one number, like your social security.
Yes.
The people that cycle numbers of the war, because ADA over 1 billion people on ADA. So we should be able to have a touch point where all I just need to give you is a number. Just like, it's done. Your social security number in America, boom, that's just it. That's all. I'm not sure about all those data touch points. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
And also, that should be used in harmonizing birth and death certificates. Yeah.
All right.
Bless you.
Wonderful.
Have a great one. Let's support elderly care bill and the youth care bill. Bless you.
Bless you too, as the Senate reconvenes today, of course, after their recess. We will continue to push on that elderly and youth care bill. It is what we have passion for, and we will continue to advocate for it. Let someone sponsor it in the floor of the National Assembly, and hopefully we get to take care of our youth and our elderly, because they've given a lot to the society. Let the country also give them something back in return. And having said that, this is the size of our package for today on Front Page Review Morning Ride on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. And I hope you are enjoying this ride so far with me, Ali Udoma, on the wheels. Yes, I have been moving the car for the ride this morning. And don't forget that you can visit our social media handles to watch whatever we do here on Voice of the People. We are live on YouTube at Voice of the People Abuja. If you just type Voice of the People Abuja, you will get to see our videos. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We really value that. We are also live across other social media handles on Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X, on Thread, on Instagram, on Facebook. We're there at VOP961. Do well to like, share our programs and also our handle. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely day and a productive one as that ahead. Today is Tuesday, and my name is Ali Udoma. Love you. Other programs will continue. Top of the hour will be time for Igbo Amaka Front Page Review, but this time around in Igbo language. But before then, I'm gonna go pay some bills, because that is what sustains us. Stay with us and please don't move a muscle.